Dear members of the Commission, dear viewers of this broadcast, good morning. I welcome you to the meeting of the Commission for the selection of the positions at the Service of Disciplinary Inspectors. Yesterday, we announced a break in our meeting until 9 a.m. today, so I propose to continue our meeting, which started yesterday. I am Reda Moliene, the chair of the Commission, and I can see that all Commission members are present, so we can proceed with our items of the agenda. But before proceeding to the voting on the candidates that we had an interview yesterday, I would like, first of all, on behalf of the Commission, to express our appreciation to all candidates that are participating at the competition for all positions of this service, for their participation, willingness, and determination to hold these positions and to build a service which would be committed to the highest standards of judicial ethics. And as Commission declared from the very beginning of this competition, clearly, that we are aiming at selecting the best professionals capable to accomplish these ambitious tasks, but doing so in the process of the fair, transparent, and objective procedure. And the Commission has followed these principles without any compromise. So yesterday we conducted interviews with two candidates to the head of the position, of the head of the service. These were Yevhen Vasilyev and Yuri Pshevlotsky. The subject of the interview was the evaluation of the level of professional competence of those candidates, their understanding of the fundamental principles of judicial ethics, professional ethics and integrity, and also the discussion of the information with regard to that may cause reasonable doubt about the candidate's compliance with the criterion of integrity and ethical standards established for judges. And as provided for in the clause 4.13 of our rules of procedure, the results of the interview and other materials were discussed in the Commission, and according to the results of this discussion, in particular, a proposal to hold a vote on the termination of participation in the competition to the positions of the head of the service, the deputy head of the service, and the disciplinary inspector of the candidate Yuri Pshevlotsky. And let me remind you that in accordance with Part 14 of the Article 29(4) of the law on the High Council of Justice and the clause 8.14 of the competition procedure, the Competition Commission may make a reasoned decision to terminate the participation in the competition of those candidates concerning whom there is a reasonable doubt about their compliance with the criterion of integrity or ethical standards established for judges. Such a decision can be made at any stage of the competition. Would it be any alternative suggestions with regard to this item? Don't see others. So if not, then the question of terminating the participation in the competition of the candidate Yuri Pshevlotsky in the competition for the position of the head, deputy head, and the disciplinary inspector due to the existence of reasonable doubt regarding his compliance with criterion of integrity and ethical standards established for judges is put to a vote. Dear colleagues, please vote. Pavel Zelinchik.
I vote for this proposal.
John Ehrlich.
I vote in favor of termination of further competition for this candidate.
I, Reda Moliene, I vote for termination of this candidate. Olga Popikova.
Так, я підтримую.
Yes, I support this suggestion.
Yulia Bukova.
Я голосую за цю.
I vote in favor of this suggestion. I support this suggestion as well.
So the decision has been taken on the termination of the participation of the candidate Yuri Pshevlotsky the competition for the positions of the head, deputy head, and disciplinary inspector. Next item is with regard to the candidate Yevhen Vasilyev. So I propose to consider the issue of including Yevhen Vasilyev in the list of the competition winners who meet the requirements for the head of the disciplinary inspector service and have the best professional experience, knowledge, and qualities to perform the duties of the head of the disciplinary inspectors, as it is stated by the regulation, for the submission of this list to the High Council of Justice. Can we proceed to voting? Thank you. So, please vote. Pavel Zelinchik.
I am against this proposal.
Thank you. John Ehrlich.
I am against inclusion of this candidate for further consideration for this position, against the proposal.
Thank you. Rada Moliene, I'm against inclusion of this candidate to the list of winners. Olga Popikova.
Я також
I also don't support the suggestion regarding inclusion of the candidate into the list of winners.
Julia Bokova.
Я голосую проти.
I vote against inclusion of this candidate into the list of winners.
Olena Kovby.
I vote against.
So the decision has been taken. This candidate is not included into the list of winners of the competition. And I would like to remind everybody that according the second paragraph of Part 15 of the Article 29.4 of the law on the High Council of Justice, in case the number of winners of the competition is less than, for the competition to the position of the head of the service, is less than 2, a new competition has to be announced. Since no candidate was included in the list of the winners to this position, I propose to make a decision to address the High Council of Justice for announcement of the new competition to this position. So maybe you have any suggestions regarding the content of our request to the High Council of Justice? Please, John Ehrlich.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to make a proposal that for further competition for the head of the disciplinary inspector's service, that we exclude the requirement of a language proficiency certificate.
Thank you. Olga.
Дозвольте, я так.
Let me support the suggestion voiced by John with respect to this certificate, because in any case, in the law for the civil service, we set out the proficiency in foreign language. And the existence of international members in our commission allows us to check the level of foreign language knowledge of our candidates. So probably the issue of the certificate is too formalistic, and let's also consider that we have the martial law, which restricts some candidates from receiving such a certificate. If you allow, I would also like to make a suggestion. Since during the previous competition we did not require the motivation letter, but given that we announced the competition for the position of the head of the service, I think that submission of the motivation letter by candidates in advance would be appropriate.
I would also propose more like technical request to correct the reference to the form of resume. It was outdated, the reference, so it's just more like a technical detail, but I would suggest also include in our request. So are there any remarks regarding those additional suggestions? So I would put to voting the request in all its scope with those additional suggestions regarding language certificate, motivation letter, and reference to a new form of resume. Okay, so please vote. Pavel Zelinchik.
I support this proposal to call for a new vote, with all three additions or changes proposed. I vote for.
Thank you.
I also vote in favor of supporting the three proposals to be submitted for further candidacy for this position of the head of disciplinary services.
Thank you. I also support this request with all its content. Olga Popikova, please.
Я голосую за.
I vote in favor.
Julia Bokova.
Підтримую пропозицію.
I support the suggestion. I vote in favor of this. I vote in favor of this.
So we have decision made on the request to the High Council of Justice to announce a new competition as soon as possible. So thank you for the voting and those decisions. Now, finally, I would like to briefly introduce with our plans, future plans, all those who are watching us and candidates to the position of the deputy head and disciplinary inspector. So in the near future, the results of the evaluation of the answers to the practical case study exercises for the position of the deputy head and disciplinary inspector will be published. After that, preparation for approximately 50 interviews with candidates to both positions will reach the final stage, and we will get acquainted with all the materials collected, and including the materials regarding candidates' integrity and ethics. And then the interviews will be conducted. They are preliminarily scheduled for the last week of August and first week of September, which was our initial plan. So Commission moves according to the initial plan, and I hope that this plan will be realized in early September. So. Thank you. Are there any comments, remarks, additional suggestions? Please, Pavel Zielinczyk.
Maybe, if I may, I would just make a rather personal remark. I would like to invite all the candidates who fulfill the criteria to participate in this competition. I know that our criteria are strict, but I am absolutely convinced that in this country there are many candidates who will be a great addition to the justice system in Ukraine. I know that the building of a new institution is a super difficult task, but from what I know already about people who are working in justice sector, in rule of law area, in private practice, in academia, or in judiciary, in other legal professions, I'm absolutely convinced that we will be able to find the candidates who will build a strong institution. We just need them to try and to apply. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think all the Commission members support this encouragement of candidates, of persons who hold all those required professional competences to apply and to participate in this competition. Thank you.